Alright, let's check out this race to 5 8-ball. Maybe do a little bit of commentary for you guys. Don't know the results, so this is good. First time I'm watching this match. So Michael will break first. And it didn't make a great contact with that break. I think he left James pretty open table. I don't really see too many problems. All the balls on the bottom end of the table go. It's going for stripes, which is okay. But probably the 10 is a problem. And then you also have the 15 and the 9 that don't really have pockets. Might try to drop in behind the 15 and 9 here with a little soft draw. Something like that, but that was more of like a hard stunt, but he seems to have gotten away with it. Still don't really know what you're going to do about the 10. But you can certainly get both of these out of the way. That's a nice angle to try and come down maybe for the 11 or 14. Maybe it's a bit too much angle. You might have to, you can even try and drop in for the 10 in the side. I think that's the better shot. Oh, definitely in trouble now. Don't really know what to do here. You can take a risk and play the 11, and you can play the 14. 14 is good because if you miss, you can block the pocket. And if you do make it, you might still get a shot on the 11. Alright, so Michael's got a good chance here. Now the 6 is the problem, but the 4 connects well to the 6, so I might try and get to that as soon as I can. Can you do it now? Can you land to play the 6 in the side, or can you kind of bump into the 6 from here? Hard to tell from the angle of the camera, but yeah, I might leave the 7. There's no real benefit in taking it. It's not really a problem. You're gonna get a better shot on the 4, maybe, but you know, I don't know. Like sometimes, you know, you think, oh yeah, let me clear the balls at the top of the table first and then only work in with half the table after. But in situations like this, where there's, you know, problems to fix, sometimes it's better having some balls up table to kind of bail you out in case you, you know, don't land where you need to, or you get stuck bumping a ball. And so I can't really tell the angle on the 4, but here you've got to try and play for the 6, or maybe you can play for the 5 to then play for the 6, so you just got to go one rail and over. Yeah, see, again, don't really know. Still fine, but now you got to definitely take a chance and draw into the 6 ball. I mean, again, if you have a shallow enough angle, you can try and roll and kill the cue ball on the bottom rail to play the 6 up table or into the side. Guys are having a discussion. So let's see. Oh, not really sure what that was. Okay. So James should be hopefully out from here. If not, there's always a safe you can try and play, but let's see. It looks like he's playing the 10 and drawing back, so you can probably 10 to the 11. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. This is a tricky shot, but it's very doable. You gotta elevate the cue a little bit and play a soft draw to get on the 14. Yeah, that's really good. And here, you know, I might just keep it simple, right? Roll forward, play the 8 in the side. Don't try to do anything special. Yeah, I could have rolled it a little further, but that's totally fine. Should be 1-0 to James here. The bears down and sinks this. Oh, I guess didn't go, or he didn't like it. He ended up playing the bank. Okay, so gave the game right back to Michael. So if you stop here, that's good enough, and you play the 2. If you go forward, that also works, but if you go forward here, Michael tends to kind of pound these and not really follow them. Hey, you put a nice stroke on that one, and that was perfect. Yeah, it didn't hit that too hard at all. Perfect speed. Very nice. Okay, should be 1-0. Okay, I missed the break. We're doing alternate breaks, so it looks like James broke. And I think he might have come up dry. All right, so great chance for Michael to take a 2-0 lead. Right away, you kind of think you want solids because the 1 ball is a good blocker of the 11, and if you take stripes, you have to solve that. If you take solids, there's not really anything to solve. But is there an easy opening shot? I don't think there's the 2. I don't think there's the 4. You might want to take the 6 as your starting shot. Guys doing a lot of chatting, probably about equipment. Alright, looks like you do have the 4. So maybe from here you go to the 2. Yeah, taking the 1 is fine. Taking the 1 is fine. You have the 2 or the 5 next. Very nice. So looks like you have a good angle on the 2 to play for the 5 or 7. Just kind of stun over. If you play the 5, you kind of really have to control it, and the 2 is still a bit of a problem. So I might like go for the 2 here. But the 5, I guess you like better. Maybe it's easier. Can't really tell how the cue ball's tracking, but yeah, I like the 2. You don't have to baby this, you can just stun it. But going for the 5 instead. Okay. So we're thinking 5-7. That means a very soft touch here. Oh, yeah, that works. Well done. So problem is getting from the 2 down to the 6 or down to the 3. Certainly doable. No. Don't like this shot. I don't know why you need to get under the 2. I think being above the 2 is fine. But it's actually okay. Because you're tracking for natural shot on the 6, and the closer you are to the long rail on the left side, the better angle you have on the 6. So it's actually pretty good. Just play this pocket speed. I think that's going to drop. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay. So you should be able to get between the 8 and the 10 to come up, or that way's even better, much wider position window. Yeah, no need to do what I said originally. It looks like just a little soft draw. Should be fine. Just enough. Alright, cinch this for 2-0. Big shot. Very good. All right. First break of serve, so Michael's up 2-0. I'm doing alternate breaks. Here we go. I think a little bit better contact there. Yeah, and you made a ball. That's good. Very good break. Okay. So I think either group is fine. Maybe prefer stripes slightly, just because of the 2-6. They both only have what looks like one pocket where they go. So yeah, you ended up taking solids, and right away you're facing a problem because couldn't really tell what was going to happen with the cue ball. But this is the game-winning shot right here, I think. If you make this, it should be good from here. Yeah, not easy. Not easy. Okay. James can start with the 9. I kind of like following this, going down to the bottom rail and back up. That way you get a lot of options. You can be in between the 11 and the 14, so you can shoot either one of those. If you land nicely on the, what is that, the 13, the purple stripe, you can play that as well. But yeah, just I wouldn't play this low, because when you play low, you're probably going to bump something. And if you have a nice enough draw stroke, you can avoid bumping the 1 or the 15. But it's tracking towards the balls. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, forward and around. Not enough follow, though. Not enough follow. So that was a shame. Good opportunity. Can still recover to make this 10 ball. It's a long shot, but certainly on. Yeah, so you should really only be giving like one opportunity per rack. So Michael had his one opportunity, James had his one opportunity. You gotta really try to minimize those chances. So see if you can run out here. Looks like you're starting with the 7. No issue with that. It's tougher than the 1, but it comes with a better reward. Very nice. If you play this in the corner, not really much you can get from that. You might need to play it in the side and draw the cue ball across. Maybe if that ball, yeah, if the 4 passes, I was going to say you can just take the 4 first, which is much better. And that's what Michael's doing, so smart shot here. Hit it a bit too good, but I think he just managed to land okay on the 2. Yeah, either 2 or 6. I mean, you can tell better when you're down on the shot. The 6 obviously is good because you're not bumping anything, but if the 2 is easier and you can predictably move the 6 to where you'll still have it next, that's probably an okay shot to take as well. Yeah, I think if you were going to make the 2, you would have bumped the 6. Okay, so very simple pattern here. A lot of people might think, oh yeah, the 15 is close to the 8, so maybe I'll leave the 15 there to try and use that to get position on the 8. But I don't particularly favor that. I like getting rid of the 15 because there's so much traffic around it that I'd rather just key to the 8 from one of the balls up table. So I think James is not going to do what I'm suggesting. He's going to take off these 4 balls up table first and finish with the 15. And if you're going to do that, you have to really get good on that ball. And there's not a lot of room for error there in terms of landing good on the 15. So let's see if the decision comes back to bite him in this rack. Already he's kind of slightly out of line, but should still be good enough to continue this particular run out. But using that 15 as a key ball is, I predict, really going to come into play. Well, didn't have a chance to come into play because he missed the 13. Alright, so this is another chance for Michael. One in the corner, and you have a choice. You can try to play with draw and try to land above the 6 and the 2. That requires a bit better stroke. If you instead, you can play it with like stun draw, then you can get to the long rail on the left side. Even if the cue ball bounces off the long rail, you can still get position on the 2. Maybe going into the left bottom corner. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's perfectly good. I like that shot. I mean, he drew it pretty well because you ended up above all the balls. I thought you might go somewhere in between. Here, I think you can actually predictably run into these. So if you run into the 8, you're going to have a shot on the 6. If you run into the 15, you're going to have a shot on the 6. Yeah, so you got to make sure you run into those. But also, you got to make sure you make the ball, right? So just a missed shot there. So James now. Well, now you really don't have a choice but to use the 15 as your key ball. But that was obviously a bit careless with the cue ball. Taking the combo now, which I think is the right choice. If you play the 15 now, you're not really helping yourself. Nice playing it. No, you played the combo, just missed. Okay. So yeah, inside English, soft. It's all about how thin or thick you catch the ball. If you catch it thin, you should be fine. Yeah, and you hit it just perfect. Nothing of note here. Just a pretty simple draw back to the rail and out. Looks like he's following forwards. Nice, stunning. Oh. Okay, not really sure about that. Oh. Bit screwed here, just gotta shoot. Oh, unlucky. Nailed the shot, but cue ball scratched, so it's going to be 2-1. Missed the break shot. See if James made a ball. I think he did. Yep, made a ball on the side. Balls are laying pretty open. Starting shot is probably going to be the 14 in the corner. Maybe the 1 if you can see it. If you play the 1, that's pretty okay. You track down to the middle of the table. You have the 4, you have the 2. If you play the 14, letting the cue ball loose a bit, but it might be an easier shot to make sure you stay at the table. Playing the 15, then I don't know. You're sending the cue ball into the 8 essentially, or towards the 8. Oh, well done, well done. Pretty much solved the whole rack here. If you make this 12 in the corner. Well, actually, I don't mind this because I noticed then now that the 10 is there, so the 10 needs a free pocket. Now it has one. So you can go 9, you can go 10. Going 9 first. Kind of exhausting a lot of your options here, because if you make this, how are you going to get on the 12? Like, if you make this and play for the 12 now, how are you going to get on the 14? So maybe you play to get on the 14 here? I really don't know. It's very tricky. Alright, wide open for Michael. Only the 3 ball is a problem. How do you get on the 3? You can use the 2, I guess, to try and get that tight window. You can use the 6. You can even bump it out because you have those balls up table that kind of protect you. So again, I wouldn't take both of these away. I might leave one because you have to start thinking like, what am I going to do about this 3 ball? YouTube seems to be having some sort of loading issue. Let's see if hopefully the video continues. Otherwise I can pause this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so I know Michael's taking both of these out, and I really don't like that. I would have left one of them because they were both so close to the corner and so makeable that like you want a safety valve when you still have a problem on the table. So that's smart. I like this. Yeah, leave that ball up table right near the corner and try to fix this problem with the 3 as soon as you can. And he did absolutely the right thing. That's an awesome shot. He has a perfect angle to draw either into the 3, but the best thing you could do is draw into the, what is that, the 12. If you draw into the 12, you bump it, you're definitely going to have a shot on the 3, or you'll have a shot on the 4, or the 5 rather, the ball up table. So I think he has the right angle to do that. Otherwise, you can, if you have the follow angle, you can try to go in behind it and play it into the bottom left corner. And again, you still have the 5 as your safety valve. But don't know what that was. I guess it goes on the side. It doesn't go on the side. I don't know. Was he playing always for the 5? Yeah, don't really understand what the plan is then for the 3 ball. And you got the 2, but again, you're like kind of screwing yourself. I mean, yeah, the 2 does connect to the 3, but it's a very small window, and then you're gonna have to shoot a tough shot on the 3. It's, you know, no choice now. Kind of have to do it. So you have to be very, very precise with the cue ball here. What's happening? Okay, so maybe there wasn't enough space, or I'm not really sure. And it looks like an absolutely perfect shot if there's any space, but maybe there's not enough space, yeah. So going for the bank here. Yeah, I think this run fell apart on that 6 ball shot. James playing the safety, 2-way shot. That's fine. Not leaving Michael much here. You kick in behind it, you might do a good job of pushing it towards the 14 and tying those balls up. That might be the best choice. If you kick in from the long rail on the right side, I mean, maybe you can make it, but I don't really see a ton of good that can happen. So I'll try and kick in behind it, but again, from this angle, you can't really tell if that option is available. Let's see what he does. Looks like he's kicking in that way from the right long rail. I mean, how hard do you want to play this? You can play it soft to try and leave the cue ball on the bottom rail. You can play it hard to try and send the cue ball back up table. You guys are having a long conversation about what to do, and that's not what to do. Alright, I'm just going to fast forward here because this should really be 2-2. I mean, you got the 8 ball on the rail there, but James is doing the right thing, leaving the 14. No. That was just careless. Okay, so might be 3-1 here. Oof, almost missed that, but ball goes down. 3-1 for Michael, and he's breaking. Good break there. Maybe a little bit off center because the cue ball was tracking towards the scratch but got kicked out of the way. But really good result. Made a ball. Table's open. Stripes look pretty good. Well, I don't know. There's some problems for both groups. I don't know if that ball in between the 2 and the 7 goes anywhere. I'm sure it goes into that pocket that Michael's just lining up. I like trying to play position for that right away. If you can get that out of the way, you have a pretty clear path. Yeah, that looks good. That's a great shot. So the 9 ball is still a problem, but it does go into 2 pockets from what I can tell, maybe even 3. Looks like you're trying to play for the 15/9. So you go up and down. If you land on the 9, awesome. If you land on the 15, awesome. Instead you landed on the 9. 9 is okay. Yeah, it might have been better to land on the 15, but that was the right shot, I think. But now you're kind of limiting yourself a bit in terms of what you can do. Follow for the 12. Oh, actually, draw is not a bad choice. Hit it pretty well in terms of the amount of draw, but missed the shot, obviously. Alright, so James now. Only one problem on the table, the 3-6. You can use that as you can leave it there if you like a combo. Not sure how easy it is. I think it's a bit a bit off angle. You can take the 5 now and just bump into it. 7 in the corner doesn't make a lot of sense, but sure, why not? Go for it. Get it out of the way. Yeah, so here you want to bump into it in a very controlled way. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Unfortunately, you have one more tester, but shouldn't be too bad. Like the 2 ball is good, but I think you have to shoot over the 15, and you might not like that, so this should be okay. You also have to shoot over a ball, but you got a lot more space. Well hit. Should be out from here. I think the 1 goes in the side. If he doesn't like the 1, maybe he's going for the 2. Alright, well, it's not guaranteed. Probably, yeah, you can draw over for the 1 or the 6. Oof. Flirting with disaster there. Oh, I heard Michael say to go rail first. Yeah, that could work. You can go rail first with draw, actually. I think I like maybe better than rail first with like follow or spin. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Just gotta kick and hope for the best. I stopped paying attention for a sec. Wasn't much to talk about anyway, just a few balls to run. I think Michael landed pretty good on this. Trying to play for a built-in safety here, two-way. I don't like jacking up for the two-way. If that takes away from your chance of making the ball, I feel like it's not worth it. Hey, hit it nice, but it might scratch. Oh no, oof. Just barely. Alright, that was a great shot, 4-1. Looks like James hit a pretty big break. Has an open table again. What's the stripes? Okay, here you can definitely key from the 11. Yeah, all kinds of trouble there. Is that the 10 up there or is that the 2? I think it might be the 10. Okay. Let's see if Michael can run this out. Looks pretty good. We go 7. Send the cue ball 1 rail up and then back down, I would say. He's going to go 7-2. Okay. So that's the 2, not the 10. 7-2-6, 7-2-1. 7-2-1. Right in between. Yeah, it's a bit careless, right? Like you have to make sure the cue ball's on the left half of the table for all the shots, unless you're really just playing for the 6. And if you're just playing for the 6, you need to be on the other side of the 6. So doesn't mean you can't still run out, but now you're going to push some balls around, or just thread the needle between those. So this is a pretty fun shot. I mean, it's a shot I don't like, but it's a pretty fun shot in the sense that you can hit this with low right and go 2 rails into the center of the table. It's a natural line to make either of those 2 balls in the corner, but it just, for me anyway, makes the pot a bit tougher. I think that's what you're doing, which is good, because that is the correct shot to shoot. Oh, you hit that so hard. I mean, you landed good, but I think that's a bit lucky. Yeah, 3 ball is good. 3 ball is natural. But if this combo is on, you can take the combo. If it's like really on, why not? The 3 ball is good. It's very predictable. Don't need any spin. You just center ball this. It should just track 1 rail straight up. You put the spin that it looks like you're putting, you're going to go 2 rails, which you don't need to do. Yeah. I think 1 rail would have been fine. Yeah, James had another chance. And I got the other combo. I mean, this combo is okay because there's an element of built-in safety. I mean, it's not totally safe, but you can leave the cue ball on the bottom rail when you play this. Oh, it just missed. Okay, another chance for James. I think you can follow this. Like stunning in between the 8 and 4 is also a possibility, but yeah. That was like somewhere in between a stun and a follow. Alright, someone's got to take this game. It only takes one make. And then that should be game over. Perfect. What a shot. All right. 5-1 to Michael. Well played.